Hey folks, good afternoon and welcome to Thursday's Market SITREP or Situation Report. My name is Matthew Buckley, my call sign is Wiz, and speaking of Matthew Buckley, today is my son Matthew Jr.'s 19th birthday. So happy birthday, buddy. He's up there in Norwich University in Vermont. He's in the Corps of Cadets, and he's on his journey to be a United States Marine. Very, very proud of you, son. Happy birthday. First birthday without you here, so obviously bittersweet. Another big day because today, after the close, are Amazon earnings. And it's going to be interesting, folks, especially after Tesla yesterday. I know they're two separate companies, but the Ponzi scheme propagated on the Tesla earnings call yesterday, I've never seen anything like it. Somebody needs to go to jail. The fact that they didn't pre-warn how spectacularly awful their earnings were going to be is criminal. But that's a discussion for another day. So to this afternoon, I think after the close at 4:30, we're actually going to do a brief about Amazon earnings. But more importantly, tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, we're going to be trading our new service called Solo Friday. We are just going to be trading Amazon and also an ETF that closely resembles Amazon called XLY. And it's only $97 a month, folks. This new live trade brief service, $97 a month or $8.97 for a year. That's a 25%-ish discount. All you need to do to grab that slot and join us tomorrow for our first Amazon Live Trade Brief is head to go.topgunoptions.com/solo. Okay? I just called it solo because we might move it to Mondays going forward. I'm going to take the temperature of everybody who signed up for our newest live trade brief in years here at Top Gun Options to see what day works better. But at least we're doing it tomorrow because earnings are today. Okay, let's get airborne. The saber rattling with Iran is getting more and more loud or louder. Iran warns a false flag accident could lure Trump into war. So now the Iranian Republican Guard, which is a terrorist organization now that we've designated and we can strike at any moment, is warning of grave consequences if something, the United States might try and do something and blame it on us and then, come after us. So tensions are really, really super escalating. I haven't seen tensions with Iran this high since Barack Hussein Obama flew billions of dollars on unmarked airplanes in the middle of the night to kiss their ass. So Trump is not going to do that. He's doing the exact opposite. Our newest Joint Strike Fighters have landed in Al Dhafra this week. Coincidence? No. May 2nd, these 8 folks who got waivers to still get oil from Iran, the oil coming out of Iran should technically go to zero on May 2nd. Anybody remember why the Japanese attacked us at Pearl Harbor? Oil. FDR shut down oil to that island nation, and they attacked us, and we got into World War II. If you don't think oil can start a war, especially when you force a country's exports to go to zero, you're nuts. More China trade talks, and I'm falling asleep with that. Let's take a look at what FXI is doing today. The iShares China ETF back down here right at the middle of this. Actually, it's touching right around its 50-day moving average today, a little bit below, which is interesting. So hopefully we should see a rebound in the next couple weeks when Prime Minister Li Hu flies on an airplane back to see us in a couple weeks. Mnuchin's over there now with Lighthizer. I think we're going to get an announcement that we're going to have a signing ceremony in June in the next couple weeks. So we have what we call a burner trade on for FXI, and that one's looking pretty good. Also have a very good looking weekly options trade going down range on CSX. We put this on Monday, and it's currently up about $1,500. Very, very nice looking trade there, 14.15. Got an iron condor on this. Let's take a look at exactly what the trade is. It is the 78 and a half bull put spread, and then the 80 and a half bear call spread. So this is going right down range, looking very, very good. Potential max profit this week of $2,100 in that iron condor. $2,000. There's a couple years of your Solo Friday service. So hopes. Washington, Beijing hope to finish a trade deal during the next round of talks. 3M, folks, came out weaker than expected. So that's the main reason the Dow was down nearly over 200 points. We're only down about $1.60 now, so recovering off the lows here. But 3M huge swing and a miss, and that's obviously a big Dow component. I think that's a solo story, folks. I don't think that's indicative of other companies in that sector. They have their own issues internally they need to fix. How about Microsoft topping $1 trillion, joining the Apple club there? So again, I think whatchamacallit, 3M is a one-off story. How about Facebook? Facebook, obviously, nobody cares anymore about how crappy a group of people they are. Facebook says the FTC privacy inquiry could cost as much as $5 billion. That's with a B. That's like Dr. Evil. $5 billion. Stock's up 6%. Huge gap up. Nobody cares anymore, apparently, that they're an awful limousine liberal company. They've lied to us for years. They sell your data. They've done everything that they promised not to do. Everybody remembers Google's corporate policy of what? Do no evil? About a year ago, they dropped that mysteriously. You ask a spokesman why they dropped that as like their corporate model, and you can't get an answer. These companies are evil, folks. Or at least, as an American, I'm going to say that. As Gordon Gekko, I think they're phenomenal. I do the same thing. Sell your data, this, that, but be honest about it. But yeah, as Gordon Gekko, I think it's great. So the FANGs are back, baby. Until they're not, okay? So be very, very careful. The FANG stocks are back in favor. It's kind of like volatility, right? Volatility is dead until it isn't. So these FANG stocks, be careful with them, okay? If the, especially as we get closer to the 2020 election, and Trump starts ripping them even more. There's your collusion, folks. Google, Facebook, pushing all the, the pro-Clinton and this and that. If you're going to tell me that $200,000 worth of Russian Facebook ads through the election, you're a fool. How about if you Googled Trump's name, you had to go to like page 19 to find one like neutral story on the guy. Of course, and Twitter, Jack Dorsey. So be careful in the FANG names, folks. I've moved them into my Captain Kirk category, meaning you can go, you can boldly go where, well, I'm not going to say nobody's going right now because it seems like everybody's getting back into those. Not me, man. We're getting back into the Death Star. Those other things are Alderaan, and Amazon can sneeze and take most of those companies out. Amazon's advertising business is going to start rivaling Google, right? Their AWS, Amazon Web Services, their B2B business, Amazon Air, Whole Foods, healthcare, you name it, they're in it. This is what we're going to be trading in lieu of the FANGs, okay? Amazon spending in the spotlight as it reports earnings. It's funny that people are like, the company doesn't make any money. Yeah. Jeff Bezos has said, hey, if we report like 1 penny in profit, I'm going to fire somebody. I want all of this spent. He keeps reinvesting this thing and growing it. It's like a ramjet engine. The e-commerce giant has warned it could return to big spending waves after taking a breather in 2018. Good. I really don't care. Again, this isn't old stock market company. I think it's, it had a PE of like 4,000 at one point. You can't look at stuff like that, folks. So, ignore that type of stuff. It's a incredible growth story, not necessarily a value play. Be careful, folks. The volatility is plumbing the depths that we haven't seen until Volmageddon, since Volmageddon in 2018, end of 2017, beginning of 2018. Really getting scary out there. Oil's obviously popping on this whole potential Strait of Hormuz and war with Iran. Keep an eye on oil and keep an eye on the circus that's going to be up on Capitol Hill, I'm sure, soon when Maxine Waters, the village idiot, drags oil company CEOs up in front of them like she does every once in a while to explain what supply and demand means. It's comical that she's that stupid. It isn't comical. Canary in the coal mine. America's hottest housing markets see the biggest sales declines. That's not good, folks. And what else did we get today that was kind of a swing and a miss? Durable goods. Durable goods, not that good, okay, and a revision down. So the month-over-month growth is slowing. They're still green. Obviously, green is good, but slowing at the rate. So the economy is still good, folks. Overall, net, things are going good. They're not sizzling the way they were once before, which is fine. And I actually saw a story. I was going to brief it. I forget where it is. I was going to brief that the Fed might be cutting interest rates soon, not because the economy is bad, just because inflation is so low. So we have a lot to cover, folks. Like I said, join us tomorrow for our first new live trading service in years. go.topgunoptions.com/solo, and I'll see many of you at 1 o'clock for our Analyze Your Trade and debrief. God bless. We'll see you.